All right, let's talk about Viggo Mortensen's Western, The Dead Don't Hurt. Oh, boy.
My head almost hit the microphone as I fell asleep when you said the title of the film.
The Dead Don't Hurt, but the living sure do when you force them to sit through this snooze fest.
Thank you. He was literally asking for that. I thought about that exact sentence.
Right?
You just said the entire movie.
Right?
Yep.
Oh, my God, this movie sucks, Joe.
Yeah.
This is Viggo's, and look, we love Viggo.
I love Viggo.
History of Violence,
No, let's
Eastern
do it.
Promises,
Either that,
Aragorn,
Lord of the Rings,
our
Hidalgo.
guy. I liked Captain Fantastic.
Shut up, idiot. No, you didn't. You fucking idiot.
I don't think
You
I
didn't.
did.
You didn't like it.
This is
about the
Viggo's
Dead Don't Hurt.
second feature as director, producer, writer, composer. Just Viggo doing everything.
I got this one.
And I totally understand why Viggo wants to do a Western. He has been sort of in and out of the Western aesthetic his whole career. I mean, Aragorn from Lord of the Rings is sort of like a Western renegade lawman. And then he did Hidalgo, Appaloosa. But watching this gives like Unfrosted a run for its money in terms of like, why this story? Like this, like it's like the whole time I'm like, bro, like you're Viggo Mortensen,
right?
You can get the money and the actors and all together to do like an under 10 million indie.
Okay, and he did, and they seem like they're all standing there. But then, what did he do with
why
it?
this?
I don't know.
Why this? Because this movie, I can summarize it really quickly. The plot is that Vicky Krebs is a. They're both sort of like. They're both like sort of like hot outsiders in this very stereotypical filmed on a backlot Wild West town. There's literally one of the opening shots just says like saloon. It's like it is filmed on the backlot not actually filmed on the backlot, but might as well be Wild West town. And then Viggo and Vicky are they're both like, were born in different parts of Europe and came here.
He's a German immigrant, and she's the daughter of French immigrants, and they're both in the West.
Thank you. And they are sort of like outsiders. She's initially dating this like loser aristocratic sort of nepo baby who can't understand why she's not just like in love with him.
Why
for
are
his
you a
money.
free spirit? And she's like,
yes, right.
Because I like flowers.
Right, exactly. And so they're free spirits. They connect. They go live in Viggo's house.
I want to buy fish all by myself.
That's it. That's basically
why.
it. And then Viggo's like, I hate slavery, so I'm going to go fight in the Civil War to defeat slavery. And then she's like...
That's like... But he's not that passionate about it. He's
no,
just sort
he's
of like, I got to go check it out. Why?
Yeah, I got to go...
To see what's up.
I can't... And it's like, okay, Viggo, like, that's politically, that's great, but, like, you're leaving Vicky alone on this, like, because he lives out in the
They're
wilderness.
In California. They're all the way out there.
Yes. And so he goes off to fight in the Civil War and just leaves her behind. She gets raped and terrorized by like the town psychopath, who is also a nepo baby, and gets away with every crime he commits. He just shoots people in the street and gets away with it because his dad is like runs the town, and everybody's corrupt. So Viggo just leaves his wife to get terrorized by this guy, who eventually impregnates her and then also gives her the STD that she dies from in the movie. And then Viggo finally comes back from the Civil War just in time for Vicky to like die of this STD. And then he takes the son to go look at the ocean.
The ocean. He's not kidding. You're like, they're gonna go get revenge.
That's the movie.
No, they're gonna like walk to the ocean.
Two quotes I want to read you that sum up how this movie came together and how people viewed their participation in it. Starting with Viggo Mortensen. Mortensen says The Dead Don't Hurt wasn't initially envisioned as being a Western, but instead came from his desire to tell the story of a woman who had a strong interior life and encountered struggles to live as an independent person.
Oh my God.
Viggo,
Are you sure?
Viggo, that's not even progressive for like the 1890s.
Oh my goodness.
It was 2020 when I wrote this script. It started out just as a story of a woman.
The interiority of
Stop
is that what
saying
he
the story
thought
of a
he
woman.
shot? Oh my lord!
It started out just as the story of a woman who had a strong interior life, was an independent person, stubborn, and then I decided to place her in the West because I thought you'd have more obstacles, a society dominated by men, often unscrupulous men who are prone to violence to achieve their goals. I thought that would create a bigger challenge for her, make it more difficult. And I like Westerns. I've been in some, blah, 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 blah. Really? You like Westerns? Because you don't have the faintest idea of how they work.
I really don't think
Westerns are noirs. They're not atmosphere pieces. They're not your thinking place, okay? They are nature's noirs. They are our gift, okay? They need to be tight. They need to have a ticking clock. This movie was over 2 hours. Why was it over 2 hours?
Brett, the longest 2 hours of my week.
High Noon was 85 minutes. Why is this over 2 hours? And with all Viggo's concern for Vicky's interior life, how about some concern for her exterior life? I.e., give this character something to do besides being raped and STD'd to death. That's literally what happens in Viggo's...
Harsh words from Brett, but unfortunately that's what
what happens in Viggo's feminist Western. I'm not making this
words,
up.
But, you know.
Now, here's what Vicky Krieps had to say about the movie.
The talented and wise Vicky.
We love... First of all...
she's good at it.
Vicky comes off unscathed.
Yeah, well,
as much as this movie, all the fault lies in it. She's fine. She's good. She's finding ways of making the dialogue sort of work in ways. She's doing a lot around the dialogue.
Brett, let's put it this way: she gets a pass.
She gets a pass.
I don't know how good it was.
Vicky gets a pass. Vicky gets a pass. Here's what Vicky had to say about this movie. This is more devastating than anything I've said or could possibly say. In the world of Westerns, there were not many women. So that was very tough. Of all men, Viggo is very soft and open and very there. But still, it reminded me why I like to work with women. That's on the press tour for this movie.
Tough look for Viggo.
Yes, Vicky, incredible and true. Vicky saw this movie, okay? She's on a fucking rocket ship to indie auteur stardom. She didn't need this fucking detour, okay? She saw what the movie was. And she spoke the truth on the press tour. I appreciate it. I also have to say, I think Phantom Fred really fucked the soft boys up. I think all the soft boys saw Vicky and Phantom Thread, and now Viggo had to make his. He's like, I want Vicky to dominate me in a movie.
I want to be your hungry boy.
I want to be your hungry boy, but it'll be a Western. What do you say, Vicky? It's feminism. Just give Vicky something to do in a movie and stand back. That's feminism. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to contemplate her interior life vis-a-vis the West. We get obligatory Peter Coyote, obligatory Garrett Dillahunt, obligatory Danny Houston. Danny
Houston was good.
He was fine.
He
was literally, it was like somebody turned on the Danny Houston machine. That's all it was.
Wait,
he's only good because he's Danny Houston.
Literally.
Yeah. I think that's how he orders coffee from Starbucks.
It was just something else to think about during there's Danny Houston.
You get a couple Deadwood regulars. It's Deadwood light. There's nothing going on in like the town scenes. Cinematic compositions without any like vision or pleasure.
But Brett, it's not even cinematic composition. Cinematic in the sense that they're wide.
That's it.
Like, you know what I mean?
You're right, man. You are right. He thought wide meant cinematic.
Like, cool. Like a Western, like Sergio Leone, I'll make the frame wide. It's like, no, you got to put things in space correctly. Not one frame. I was like, no, there. Yeah. No, there. Please go. No. Why? Up, foreground, background. He has no eye at all. The worst eye behind the camera.
He has no eye.
He's in a gorgeous area shooting, shots of nature and very beautiful in nature, but he has 0.0 eye. And you know what's so fucking annoying is you can just watch like any Western from 1930 to 2010 and you can just copy all of those frames. It's well-trod territory how you shoot a Western correctly.
He was doing like Wes Anderson framings, but with like
he wishes.
It was, but like those like very wide person in the center. There was just no conviction to the way he framed
no
things.
Movement, it was like they were on a clock.
I've seen horror directors in the 80s with like $400,000 budgets do more with 4:3 than you do with widescreen.
Dude, The Dead Don't Hurt should release the 4:3 cut. I bet it'll be like 2% better.
It would be the same. Yeah.
No, I know, but
it would feel better because there would just be less waste.
Yes.
There's a scene really quick. Sorry. Viggo had to show off his knife skills. He had to show off his horse skills. There's a lot of Viggo showing off all his like Wild West cosplay skills.
Yeah.
Before Joe gives his final word, I just want to give my final word to all the Vigos out there, all the A-listers with sensitive souls who have enough industry cachet to fund an indie like this. Hey, the movies are kind of dying right now, so I need y'all to fucking level up, okay? No more fucking dead don't hurts. If you have the cachet to make a movie like this, make a fucking movie, okay?
Or call your boy David Cronenberg up and make Crimes of the Future 2 and give him the $9 million and let him make the movie. Because Viggo, I love you. You're a great actor.
I love you, Viggo.
You're the best. Come on, History of Violence, one of my favorite movies. I'm just going to name the Cronenberg ones. And then Eastern Promises, Viggo, the best, man. You looked as cool as anybody's ever looked in a movie. You look crazy and
Captain
scary.
Fantastic, love you,
Brett. And then even in Crimes of the Future. So those are just your Cronenberg movies, but that's just one sliver of your amazing career. I love you, and I was really excited for this movie. But everything Brett said is true, and the thing that hurts the most is that this is a disservice to the Western genre. I get it.
Give it to him.
I understand that these days they don't make 20 Westerns like they did in 1936 because that's just not where the money is. I completely and totally understand. But there's no hope for the genre if you're going to put out 2 or 3 of these every single year. This is so bad. This is like in school when they make you read Shakespeare, but you're too young. So for the rest of your life, you're like, oh, Shakespeare's boring.
Yep,
it's like, no, you were just too young to read fucking Romeo and Juliet. It's just like, it's hard to read when you're young. So then people see modern Westerns and they go, oh, a Western, it's long, slow, and boring. That is the opposite of what a Western is. Like Brett said, they are exciting as shit and tight. They're all Fury Road. They're all like the best movie ever, or they're like a noir. And by the way, Viggo is playing with the genre anti-Western, where it's a Western, but really it's about things that the Westerns don't often focus on, and takes a different perspective and almost criticizes the Western. They've been making those since 1920.
Thank you.
They had the first Western was a Western, and the second Western was an anti-Western, because the entire history of the Western is the entire history of America dealing with its like genocidal legacy. That's what Westerns are about. You don't need to 2024 be like, aren't the Westerns like of interest to kind of look back upon and sort of criticize? The genre has taken care of that all by itself for 100 years, Viggo. Just shut the fuck up and go do more Cronenberg movies. If you want to make out with Vicky Krieps, just invite her to the fucking, Silver Lake,
just
sleazy
jerk off
wine
to
bar.
Phantom Thread
just
like a normal person.
Invite her to the wine bar and see if you can get fucking lucky. You stink. Don't do dead don't hurt to her. Vicky, I'm apologizing for you from men.
Yeah, hey, what if women had an interior life isn't a feminist question?
What if we put that? What? Also, why is, if you're so interested, why do you think that you need to speak upon women's interior life? You obviously have nothing
Vicky
to
cook.
You have nothing to say about it.
Hey, here's an idea. Vicky's like the crazy killer, and you just step way back.
It would be so cool if halfway through the movie he just pulled a gun out and blew his own head off, and then we were just like, then see what happens next. Like, that would be such a better movie. I wish anything happened during this movie.
Well, it didn't make any money, so I guess the joke's on him.